Hey everyone, it's Gurk Gurman here today. Oh my god.
And I'm APC226 here today.
Oh my god.
and we're here with a podcast.
Oh yes, watch
Just-
our type podcast.
With an interesting one, isn't it, sir?
Yes, because we're gonna get so off topic.
Oh, it's so bad.
We just talk about random shit, you know. The usual.
I guess the first thing we'll talk about is the whole YouTube policy. You want to start
Sure.
that?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. Well, anyways, as you guys might have heard over the news, people are kind of freaking out over this whole new YouTube policy, even though it's been there before.
Yeah, new in quotations, because it's always been there.
It's been there before. It's just being more enforced now, and I guess people are really angry at that. But people need to realize, okay, I'm gonna be honest. We made a recording before this. I explained all this, and I gotta explain it again. But
Yeah, twice actually.
Pretty much what it is you guys know with the bigger company, there are more liability issues and stuff like that, and you know, they do more other things. They have people that will usually tend to fight these.
Your mic is cutting out so bad right now.
This is probably my internet. Oh my gosh.
Oh shit. Why? Why now?
Is it seriously?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
Connection sucks. Wow, what a great
it's fucking
podcast.
Comcast.
Yeah.
It's Comcast. I don't know what
Comcast
it
fucking
is.
sucks.
Sucks fucking.
Let's talk about that, okay? Let's talk about how much Comcast fucking sucks.
Are we still recording? Is it good now, or is it still cutting out?
It's better. It's better.
Okay, so we'll talk to Comcast about Comcast after this because apparently it's having some issues.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Comcast needs to step up its fucking game. Let's fucking go.
And with this new thing, you know, people usually tend. I mean, you guys are all heard the story about the lady who got coffee from McDonald's, and apparently she didn't know it was hot, and on the bottle or on the cup it didn't say caution hot, so she spilt it on herself, burnt herself, and she sued the company for a lot of money. And that's kind of what this is. People are being harassed on the internet, and they want to find somebody in charge of it all, and they decide to fight, you know, YouTube, which is a big company, something that we all love. I mean, anybody can find anything that they want to see on YouTube. And it's just a real problem that we need to, you know, consider that, you know, I told Zach this earlier about this comparison. It's kind of like if a person had a problem with the cops. They wouldn't personally take the cop to court. They would take the city to court. And that's not fair because the city is not the problem. It's the cop, that one cop. And that's what these people are doing. Instead of trying to contact the YouTuber or trying to do something like that, they're attacking YouTube as a whole, which is affecting everybody and hurting everybody. It's a real problem. Don't know what to say, buddy.
Well, you pretty much just explained everything.
Well, I mean, we could talk about it. Talk about some YouTubers that you've seen that, you know.
Oh yeah, how I found out that the policies were actually the same was from Captain Sparkles, because he did a video on it and I watched it, and he actually found this website where you're actually able to like look at a page before you're able to go like back, you know, back in time basically. And the policies were exactly the same. It's just YouTube is enforcing them more harshly, and of course nobody wants to be told what to do.
Most people.
This is you know, we're humans.
Americans. Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're just like pissed, basically. They're all just pissed because, well, I can understand why. I mean, they're not being monetized, which means they're losing money, and you kind of need money to basically live. So I understand why they're being mad. It's just...
Well, and also, it's not the whole fact of cussing in the videos. You can still cuss inside the videos if the video is not set at a censor, you know, not set for people under 18 can't watch. You can still cuss inside your video. It mostly pertains to people who use cuss words in their title or harass other YouTubers or people or groups or anything like that.
Yeah. So no harassment, no cussing in titles, and there's no basically no violence, like no graphic violence. Which another YouTuber, McJuggernuggets, he actually gotten 3 videos unmonetized because for abuse and violence when everything in that video was fake. It's just, and there wasn't really violent. I mean, it was domestic abuse, which is what his story was really about, and violence because he's just smashing stuff. It's not like anybody's being attacked. Well, there was one video, but still. That video didn't even get taken down. It was just videos of his dad smashing like stuff, but those were unmonetized for graphic violence and abuse. Even though it was all fake, it was all just a story.
And I mean, we were talking about this too, and we were talking about how YouTubers, a lot of big YouTubers are getting affected, and one of the things we stated was what is considered harassment and abuse and what is not. Yeah. And we were talking about how, Leafy is here and Keemstar, how they constantly bash on these different YouTubers. I was actually pissed the other day because apparently Keemstar, people were saying that it wasn't actually his channel, but this is what Basher's girlfriend said, and what she said is that Drama Alert falsely flagged her channel, and she couldn't stream on there, so she had to go to Basher's channel to stream. And that's harassment. That's bullying. You're ruining someone's, career right there because they can't make money. That's stopping them from.
And it's just for no reason.
No reason. And I mean, but then we were talking about, iDubbbz TV and
PewDiePie.
Yeah, and whether or not they should be in trouble for what they do.
Yeah, because they harass people too, and PewDiePie.
I love him. He's a fucking badass.
Yeah, he's been, he's mentioned Hitler in his videos quite often.
Yes, and that's considered harassment or unjust whatever.
Yeah, whatever that technological bullshit is. I don't even know. But yeah, we're debating like if these people are getting taken down, wouldn't PewDiePie and iDubbbz and Filthy Frank, wouldn't they be taken down too?
I didn't even think about it. Yeah. And I mean, it's just crazy. Like, you never realize, like, you think these people are all, like, you understand that Leafy and Keemstar, that's what they do. That's how they make money. But iDubbbz, Filthy Frank, they just say random ass shit and it's funny. And they might make fun of someone every once in a while, but they're still might harass a person, and that's what YouTube's trying to stop. And YouTube is demonetizing the videos, but I mean, pretty much if it gets serious in the future, you might not see these channels anymore, and I think is extreme. It's really crazy.
Well, I think that just about covers it. I think.
Yeah, I think it does. Well, do you have another topic to put on it? Or can I put?
Yeah.
Can
I got the new iPhone 7 that came out today.
Oh, God.
And let's see if I can find the features.
Can we talk about that? Now, I understand businesses want to make money and they want to make their own money and they don't want to have other businesses make money from their products. Now, recently there has been a rise in mock earphones and mock chargers for iPhones and stuff like that. And I understand that because with Androids, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Any charger's gonna work for any phone. There's like hundreds and hundreds of brands of Androids, but with an iPhone, there's only that kind. But then there's so many companies making these charger ports and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially since they changed their charger ports. Actually, Well,
They
this
did?
was a long time ago. They changed the charger
Oh, yeah.
ports where it used to be like, it used to be big, but now it's like super small. And then people with older iPhones can't charge their phone because they have the older charging port, and they can't find any of the old chargers anymore. But anyway, that's different topic. We're talking about the new iPhone 7 that just came out today, and I have the actual like list of what's new, and
The headphones, I think, are fucking stupid.
well, yeah, because you can easily lose.
And what are you
The
gonna do
earpods.
once you lose them? And if you can't buy your own headphones now.
Yeah, you can't buy like custom headphones. I'm sure they'll come out with custom headphones.
Can you
or,
use Bluetooth?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay, because I was gonna say, because I'm like, otherwise you can't even use Beats. I thought you can only use iPhone brands, because like
I'm actually not positive on that, but I'm pretty sure they're Bluetooth.
Okay.
So it's water resistant, which is pretty good for an iPhone.
But I don't know why you
there's
wear
the
your why you wear your headphones to the water. I mean, you go in the pool and you lose that shit.
The phone itself is water resistant.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's pretty good. That's
Yeah.
really good.
I'm not just talking about the headphones.
Okay. I was like, man, I lose that shit real quick.
And then there's the wireless AirPods, which are what they're calling the earpods. And then there's an updated camera, which is literally all they said. They never said if it was better or not. They just said it was updated. And there's more memory,
That's good. They need that.
and that's it. That's
So-
the only thing new. Besides the look, of course. They changed it like, I don't know, like
It's but they,
barely.
yeah, I've seen these videos and stuff like that of them coming out, and they're the exact same size. In my
Yeah,
opinion,
it's the exact same size of the iPhone 6.
yes.
It's just looks different.
And in my opinion, I think what they really did is they didn't add any new features like they do with every other iPhone. I feel like they actually took it away and made it harder to use the phone itself. Like iPhone used to be really friendly and stuff like that, able to use with other products, but now you really can't. I mean, if you think about
Yeah,
it.
if you have to have an Apple product. You can't. It's not like Android where you can buy whatever smartwatch you want from whatever company. You have, if you want to have like a smartwatch for your iPhone, it has to be an Apple Watch.
And I think that's fucking crazy. Excuse my language. But
Yeah,
it's
it's stupid.
it is.
And
And
you're just like, come on, Apple, like, why you gotta be a dick?
I mean, people knew this was coming since the iPhone 6 came out. So
Okay, so
people knew this was coming. Was that last year or was that the year before?
I don't know.
Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot different. I mean, the lens is bigger, the camera lens.
2007.
There's
I looked at the original.
I think there's actually 2 camera lenses. I'm not sure if there was originally 2, but I think there's only 1 camera lens. But there's 2 camera lenses on there, which I'm not positive what the second one's for.
Yeah.
But it's bigger, which would help with more wider angles. And it's water resistant, as I said before. That's pretty good for an iPhone.
Oh yeah.
I mean, people have been asking that for a while. So
The iPhone 6 actually came out 2 years ago. So I actually heard a lot of information about the iPhone 7 when it was coming out, and what I heard is it was going to be all glass. Like, I know this sounds weird, but they actually have the technology now where they don't need the side plastic parts. They can just have the glass itself on the on the front of the phone. Like, you know how it's the display and then above it and below it there's those 2 white parts? They were going to make it all glass. Or they were going to make it like the Samsung and they were going to wrap it around. Actually, I seen some information about when iPhone a couple years ago, they sent actually in patents before the Samsung came out with the wraparound glass, and they sent patents in to get it, patented, and it didn't come back in time. So, I mean, this is a thing that Apple wanted to do, but they didn't because and apparently they didn't do much. I mean, it's the exact same phone. They just took stuff away.
yeah.
but people are still dumb enough to buy it, so they're not making much of a difference. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to? Do you have another
Yeah,
topic?
I'm looking for one, but if you have one, you go right ahead.
Okay. So, this is kind of a fun topic, real quick. Have you ever heard of the Mandela Effect?
Vaguely, yeah.
Okay, so do you know what it? Do you know where it comes from, right?
No.
Okay,
Nelson
so
Mandela?
yes, actually, the Mandela Effect. And do you know? Can you kind of explain what it is, or?
No.
Okay. So, what the Mandela Effect is kind of like a thing like, when you hear or see something and you for sure know that you know what that is, but it actually isn't. Okay, so I'll give you a couple of examples.
Examples.
The Berenstain Bears, right? You know
Mhm.
that book, right? That's not what it's called. It's called the Berenstain Bears. It's Stain.
Oh, I thought it was always ST, like EIN.
It's always been Stain. I remember seeing it as EIN, and I think you do too, right?
Yeah.
It's actually always been Stain. So the Berenstain Bears, and I thought it was the Berenstein Bears, like bear, you know.
I think that's partially just because we're fucking lazy to say the name correctly.
Yeah, but I always remember seeing it as EIN. You know, as a little kid, I always remember seeing it as EIN. Another thing was Nelson Mandela. Do you remember when Nelson Mandela died and it was all over the news?
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason the effect gets the name. A lot of people actually thought that Nelson Mandela died in prison in Africa. But then people were really people were really surprised to see. I actually thought he had died in prison too, but I guess he didn't when he died, you know. And that's where the name comes from. It's kind of like something that you remember as being true for certain, but it isn't. Oscar Mayer.
Mm-hmm.
It's Oscar Mayer.
Oh, really?
It's not Meyer. That's what you see it as, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's Mayer.
Stupid.
So I'm looking through a couple so that way I could kind of see what there was a couple of other ones I saw. Let me look through those. I mean, it's a really crazy thing. I think it's kind of stupid because I mean, it's just our minds. We hear something so many times and we just think that it's true even though it's not. And it's just our brains. It's just a human brain. Your mind gets programmed to something, and that's what it is.
Like your mind is programmed to, like, if you hear something so many times from so many different people, then it has to be true.
Yeah.
When it's really not.
Do you know that Curious George never had a tail?
Really?
He never had a tail. I always remembered him hanging from a tree with his tail, right?
Yeah, but
Don't
now that
you-
I think about it, it was always with his legs.
Yeah, exactly. He never had a tail.
That's so weird.
So, what's the name of that peanut butter that starts with a J?
Jeff.
You ever heard of Jiffy?
Jiffy Lube.
No. No, Jiffy peanut butter. Because that was the thing that went around. I kind of heard that at first, but then I read it and I saw it wasn't.
Nah.
But it's actually Jiffy peanut butter. It's kind of a smaller one. So let me see if I can. There were a bunch more that I saw, but I guess there aren't as many. But I mean, it's just weird when you see like some of those things that you can see. You know, people kind of remember that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry. You can. I'm just trying to look Okay. So another thing is, I heard about this, and it was on about 9/11, and they were saying that most people remember it happening on 9/10, not on 9/11.
What?
Yeah, they don't remember it being on 9/10, but they remember it being on 9/11.
But it was on 9/11.
Yeah. And then this one says Hurricane Katrina. I remember being that in 2006. Do you remember what year that was? No.
No.
I remember because we got really bad storms because as it was dying off, a lot of clouds came up and like flooded. Where I lived in Gary, like Valparaiso doesn't flood that much because of all the hills. I just totally told them where we live. It's fine. And Gary, it's all flat, so it will flood. And we flooded out. That's how bad it was. And I remember it being 2006. I actually remember it being 2006 because I remember having a baby sister when it happened. And apparently it happened in 2005. And I don't remember that. I honestly don't think that.
Really?
happened.
Did that happen in 2000? My brother was born in 2005, and I remember my brother being... Well, he was born in 2006, but I remember him being... Really? I feel like I would remember that.
It was happening in 2006. Okay, I got another question for you. You know the world map, right?
Yeah. I know that they're not, like, actually positioned correctly.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
what you're gonna say.
Yeah, so, like, you know how big...
I actually found that out last year.
Yeah, you know how
But they're not
America...
positioned correctly.
Wait, what do you mean positioned correctly?
Like, well, no, never mind. I meant, like, size.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Because isn't, like... Which one was, like, too big? Wasn't it, like, Greenland? That was, like, way too big.
Yes, and Africa, like, when you look at it, America looks to be as big as Central Africa. You can actually fit America and Africa a whole bunch of times. Like, and, okay, so this one is Forrest Gump. What is the quote that's in there?
Run, Forrest, run.
No, the other one. About the box of chocolates.
My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Okay, say that again really slowly.
My mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Okay. So
Mm.
you're one of the people that remembered it. People actually remember it as life is like a box of chocolates. I remembered it as life is like a box of chocolates. I never thought about it like life was like a box of chocolates. There's just so many things that oh god damn it.
Oh my god. Davis is completely spamming the Instagram chat right now.
Is that what that was? Okay,
Yes.
that
oh
was.
my god. Oh my god, Davis.
And there's okay, so do you remember Snow
Just
White?
Listen to this. Oh, of course, now it's fun stuff.
Do you remember Snow White, right?
Mhm.
Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs? What did the evil
See.
queen say to the mirror?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the
No.
fairest of them all?
No. She said magic mirror on the wall. What? I always remembered it as mirror on the wall.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's always been magic mirror on the wall. It's never been anything else.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, or magic.
Where did mirror, mirror on the wall come from?
People just said it wrong.
Well,
And,
that just ruins
no.
my childhood.
Do you ever remember? Do you remember the Simpsons?
You're cutting
Yeah.
out again. Now I can't hear you. Oh boy. Here we go. Comcast, let's go. Yep, there we go. Okay, so we had some technical difficulties. Hopefully it doesn't happen again.
But anyways, the Mandela Effect. It's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. I personally, I love it. I don't know why, but just the fact of like, I love being wrong. It's one of my favorite things.
Okay.
Like it's true. I just love it so much. Do you have any other topics to really talk about?
I know this is kind of old news, but I wanted to talk about Suicide Squad.
Okay.
And I personally think it was a good movie.
I see.
I think it was better than what the critics were saying. But I can kind of see what they were talking about with Enchantress.
That there was too much graphic effects.
Well, yeah, the fact that she had a CGI body, which was absolute no.
I enjoyed it. I mean, personally, I think it gave more to that magical effect. If she would have had a regular body, it wouldn't have given more of a mysterious effect that she had, you know?
I'm in my room! God. Never mind, keep going.
Like, I feel like it gave more of a magical, sensical, feeling around her. Like a magical aura or something. I feel like if she would have just, been a regular body, I wouldn't have liked that.
What about Killer Croc? He wasn't animated. There was no CGI whatsoever with Killer Croc.
Well, like I said, it's just because of the way her character is. Killer Croc isn't supposed to be some mystical, magical... someone was telling me that the huge cloud they have above the thing didn't make sense. They didn't need that. But at the same time, it kind of did because it kind of freaked out the characters. You know what I mean? It gave them some sense to be worried because someone created a huge magical cloud in the sky. And someone, the person who said that, I'm like, really? Because that kind of gives effect to the whole movie. Like, how can somebody or something, if they wouldn't have been able to do that stuff, it just would have been magical on the ground with no special effects or anything. You might have just been like, oh, it's just a regular person who's possessed. It's not anything special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Another detail that bothered me was, you know how, oh, by the way, warning, spoilers.
Oh, yeah. Probably should have said that before.
Probably, but you know how the lady, I forgot her name, but she was creating the Suicide Squad and she was rounding them up before Enchantress went bad. So I'm just wondering, there had to be a reason she was trying to round them all together, but then the movie just made Enchantress the main villain.
That's true. I see what you mean. I truly wasn't expecting that when I went to go see the movie. I saw the movie.
They advertised her like she was a part of the Suicide Squad, not against it.
Yeah, but I mean, her original person was the person that wasn't you know how she was possessed, but the person who was able to contain it. She was actually a part of it, and she loved the Suicide Squad and the people, but it was just the Enchantress side of her that truly was evil.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that because it does kind of give the effect, even though these people are trying to do good things, they're still bad, and you never expect what's going to happen, and that's exactly what happened. We were expecting them all to be a team together. I mean, if you think about it, these are bad people. Why would they be a team together? They usually bad people that only have a tendency to care for themselves. They're people that they really love, and it kind of helped that, I think, with the surprise that we got when we went to go see the movie.
Oh, did you hear that? I think I told you this already, but Jared Leto did not like the movie at all.
Why?
Because there wasn't enough Joker, and that's not just him being cocky. It's not just him being cocky.
I get you.
It's because they filmed so much about Harley and Joker.
Exactly.
They could have made another movie with how much they shot, and he was mad because he did all that work, and they cut out so much.
And I agree with him. I understand he's not being cocky because they did I mean, when the first trailer came out, okay, it's all really good and stuff like that, and then the end of the trailer is what got everyone hyped.
Yeah,
You know?
when they brought out the Joker, and everyone's like, "Holy shit! This is a new version of the Joker."
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what really got people hyped. And the fact that I went to the movies and I hardly saw him, I would love it. I would love it so much if they made a Harley Quinn and Joker movie. No lie.
They
I would.
should,
I
because
would go to the
especially
midnight.
how they did it in Suicide Squad, because that was just you could like
You could have a
they,
whole story
they,
behind that.
they showed it so well in the Suicide Squad movie, the Joker and Harley like relationship. Like you can just tell that the Joker doesn't really want a girlfriend. Then again, he can't. He does have feelings for her, but he's the Joker, so he hates the fact that the only thing that isn't going through his mind is insanity.
Yeah. And I think it's the fact that he's a sociopathic person, someone who doesn't have feelings or regards to other people.
Yeah.
But for some reason, he has feelings towards this woman, and probably because this woman gave up her life to be with him, gave up her sanity to be with him. That's crazy.
Yeah, like that one scene where she's just like,